Hi, this is Sarah Newton, and this is my second video, so I'm just getting the book, on gamification and my journey on trying to figure out how we can use it in parenting and young people. This is the awesome book that I'm using, Super Better by Jay McGonigal. If you haven't got this book, I recommend you highly get it. She talks a lot in this book, so I'm putting it in front of my face there. There we go. About how we can use games to make us better. And she talks a lot about using it to make us better in anxiety and various other things. And there's lots of research in there that shows how games can make us better. And she makes a huge distinction between the reason that we're playing games. So if we're just playing games, without any purpose, then they're probably not going to be very good for us. But if we're playing with a purpose, in the fact that we want to learn something, then gaming is a pretty good thing to do. And here's what she thinks gaming can do. And if you see my eyes go off to the side, it's because I cannot remember all of this. It's quite a lot. So in her research, she's found that gaming can increase motivation and willpower. It can actually block pain. It can overcome anxiety and depression, make you become a better learner, inspire you to exercise. I mean, that's a very cool one. Help to prevent PTSD. I mean, you're intrigued, aren't you? I was when I read it. You're more likely to come to a stranger's rescue. And you can form stronger and happy relationships. There's lots, and she explains all of that in the book. And I don't particularly want to go through that because I want you to buy this book because it's great. Actually, I'm not getting any money to recommend this book. I just adore it. So there's a huge lot of research into how she's figured out that being more gameful or becoming, taking a gamification sort of approach to life is helpful. And she's come up with a 7-step system. And what I'm going to be working on in these videos is looking at how you apply that 7-step system into parenting or working with young people. So all I'm going to do quickly in this video is go through the 7 steps, and then in the videos that follow, I'm going to unpack each one of them as we go. So the first step in living a more gameful life or introducing gamification into what you're doing is to challenge yourself. And she talks a lot about this in terms of what she calls adopting a challenge mindset, which I adore, and it's something that I do a lot with the young people that I work with. So we're going to unpack that one in next week's episode. I don't know if episodes, but anyway, she talks a lot about collecting and activating power-ups. Now, what she calls power-ups are that's very hard for me to say for some reason, are things that you do daily that make you feel great, but you're very, very purposeful about it. So I think we talk a lot in this field about being positive and being negative and etc. But this is far much greater than that. It's a really amazing technique, and so I'm excited about when we get to that one. The third step is finding and battling the bad guys. And this is all about learning to be psychologically flexible. Great stuff in this chapter that I can't wait to also share with you. Imagine if we could teach all young people to battle the bad guys. And as parents, if we could learn to battle our own bad guys, because we have them a lot too. Just be great, wouldn't it? The 5th step is recruiting allies. And this is how we cultivate connectedness with other people, how we get other people involved in what we're doing, how we create a community that supports us, which is super important and something young people aren't great at doing, actually, and parents are probably even worse at it. So we'll unpack that one. In the 6th step, it's all about adopting a secret identity. I'm not going to lie, this is like my favourite thing ever, and I do it with myself all the time. And she talks about looking at your life as you're going on a heroic journey. I've done lots and lots of research into the hero's journey in terms of writing and how it applies to writing novels. And it's just something that I adore. So when we get to that one, I'm going to be able to share a little bit of that knowledge with you too. And finally, go for an epic win. Now, this is something that gamers talk about a lot, and I think I spoke about slightly in the first video. It's that you go for an epic win that's going to give you benefits. This isn't about setting a goal. This is about doing it very, very differently. So they're the 7 steps. Challenge yourself, collect and activate power-ups, find and battle the bad guys, seek and complete quests, recruit allies, adopt a secret identity, go for an epic win. So we're going to have 7 more videos where we're going to unpack each one of those and talk about how it could possibly apply to parenting and how it can apply to working with young people. I'm super excited about this. I am learning so much, and by making me do the videos, actually, it's making me learn it more. So thank you for coming along this journey, and I can't wait to get into this a little bit more. Have a great day. Bye.